I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my YouTube channel. One thing that I know that happens on YouTube is that sometimes people read tarot for their audiences, which I will try because I have lots of tarot decks. I have lots of them. Um, and it feels strange though to imagine an audience because like I'm just talking to my own face as before. Um, So maybe this will just be a reading for myself and you will gain insight into my, personal situations, um, which is fine. I mean, that's what I do for a living is give you insight into my personal situations as a writer. That's probably why you're watching this. I have this tarot deck. This is the Rider Waite deck. Um, it's not my personal deck that I use for myself. It is a deck that I bought for using in class with my students because I have a class called nonfiction magic. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle. I'm trying not to think of any of my own situations. I'm just thinking about the void, which really is my situation. My situation is always caught up in the void. In the void today, it's sunny. I just got a tornado warning on my phone. I was going to say a tornado is a void, but it's more of a vortex, isn't it? Is it a vortex? What is a vortex? Is a vortex a portal? Is a void a portal? Is a portal a void? Anyway, I've got these cards. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking about your situation. Okay, here's the card that has to do with your situation. I don't like that card. It's too hard. It was a court card. I reject it. Trying again. Here's a card that has to do with your situation. Ew. Are you sad? Are you keeping yourself up at night with sadness and anxiety? This person is. So they're in this bed. This is the Nine of Swords. Honestly, this probably is about me. I have chronic insomnia. It's terrible. I keep myself awake thinking about every little thing, which I'm not going to tell you about. But maybe you are too. Maybe you are upset. Actually, this card seems to be about the void. Do you see how there's just this dark background? You can't see, what this room is like. It's just like a bed on the moon, maybe. There's on the bed, you can see on the bedspread, there's zodiac symbols. And this person is just weeping, face in their hands, in bed, sitting up in the middle of the night with these swords. And so this is the present of the situation. Like the situation is that there's something that's keeping you up at night, and really it's kind of like your own self-torment. It's some kind of situation of your own design that is upsetting to you, and that you can't stop thinking about and being upset about. Okay. Now this card is for the past, for the foundations. I get that card all the time. I have like serious anxiety. But I also stay awake a lot at night for reasons I think are like hormonal and physical. I think I'm going to get a sleep study done. This isn't about me, I'm sorry. It's about you and your anxiety and your self-torment. So why is it? What is the past? What are the foundations of it? The Star. Do you want to be special? I know I want to be special. I feel like this card is about being special. And I've read that there's like a sort of sadness that has something to do with this card. I think in the little booklet, that's what they say. Hold on. This is the little booklet. It's so strange because, yeah, in the Rider Waite original booklet, the star is supposed to mean loss, theft, privation, abandonment, although another reading suggests hope and bright prospects in the future. I mean, can you really? I don't know. I feel like I only see hope here and bright prospects in the future. Gosh, with my temporary veneers, I'm having a hard time saying words, but you know what I mean. So the foundation of this, I suppose if we're going from the reading in the book, it could be loss, theft, abandonment, because that would make somebody feel like this, right? But I mean, my reading of the star is always hope, but it's also like, you know, I just think of like a little star and wanting to be a star and wanting to be special and, being alone with yourself, pouring water into this well. The well kind I mean like the little lake. I'm just thinking about the void today. I don't know why. I mean, I'm always thinking about the void, whatever it is, but it just seems like this person is pouring water into something that has to do with the void. And so, anyway, as the past, as the foundation, maybe the star has something to do with, this hope, this desire to be special. And I'm just repeating myself now because I don't really, I don't really have anything else. But okay, so the future. That's what I'm shuffling for, is the future. How are you going to get out of the sadness of the Nine of Swords? What's going to happen if you continue on this path that you're on? If you continue doing things the way that you're doing them, what will happen? That's what this card is for. Whew, the cards are getting out of my hands. The Eight of Cups. You're going to travel somewhere. I used to get this card a lot. I haven't gotten it in a while. But this isn't my reading, it's your reading. So you see this person has left behind all these cups, and I don't know if they're full now or if they were once full, but this person is turning their back on all of these cups and walking across this terrain that's like not really, I mean, I wouldn't choose to walk there. I would only walk that terrain if like if I had to get away from something. And so this person is taking flight, is like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be I don't want to be in this anymore. I'm like making a move. I'm getting out. And so this person is, has leapt over some of the water. Is there a connection between this water? Maybe. I don't know. You'll have to figure it out. The person is walking on over, this rough land and is going somewhere illuminated by the light of the moon. It kind of reminds me of the star. Um, and I'm thinking about all three. I don't have enough hands for this. I'm thinking about all three. How, there's no light in the nine of swords, but there's some kind of, illumination in the other two. Not a lot. It's not like the sun. It's just this dim light that you can use to see your way um, on your journey. And we can't see what's ahead for the person. And it seems like the person might not be able to see either because there's like this big boulder in front of them. And like, I'm thinking about that dim light and the expectations and how, sometimes when you're trying to change something in your life, you don't know what the end result is going to be. You just know that you've got to like make a move. And I'm thinking about all the times in the last like 4 years or 5 years, that I've just like not known what I wanted in life. Like I'm not a super good goal setter. I think goals, honestly, for myself, have always been kind of silly. Career goals, like, I don't make them. Any other kind of goals, how would you make another goal that's not a career goal? I don't know. But, I've always just like been like, okay, I'm turning my back from whatever used to fulfill me before. If it's no longer working, I'm just going to move on because I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be worrying about money at night, or I don't want to be worrying about the fact that I'm not writing or whatever. And so, if you continue on the path you're on, in some way, you're going to be making a move towards something that hopefully gets you out of um, the void. I'm not seeing the void in this card, you know? It feels like this card is about um, just moving to something that's different. And like I think about when I see the mountains, I think about where I grew up in New Jersey. There were these hills, and every day going to school, we drove by the same hills, and I just imagined like, oh my god, what is on the other side of those hills? I've never been over there. I can't even imagine. And really, it was just more New Jersey, It was like, well, I probably had. I mean, I definitely had been to the other side of the hills, but I couldn't imagine what was on the other side because I couldn't see it from where I was sitting in the car. So I don't know. On the other side, things might look totally different for you. They might look the same. It might just be more New Jersey, but there's a little bit of moonlight, and you'll get to the other side of something. Get out of the void, get out of the despair, and that's your reading. I don't know. It doesn't. I was worried that it was going to feel like my reading, but I'm in the void. I don't have any emotions. I don't have any feelings, so none of that resonates with me. I'm just completely emotionless. Um, that's it. I hope you liked your reading. If not, it wasn't meant for you. It was meant for somebody else.